This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill, a Raise Rowdy podcast.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Outside the Round. Today, a very special guest, a guy who I've been a big fan of for over a decade now, a guy that I got to interview back in my college radio days, and someone that I just got to watch up at a festival in Ohio. Shout out to our friends at Country Concert. We have got the legend, the one, the only, Colt freaking Ford, my brother. Thank you for coming on here and doing this, man.
I'm just excited to still be able to come on somewhere. It almost wasn't the case, and yeah, it's nice to catch up after kind of our history together, which goes back a little bit. Not everybody knows.
Yeah, man.
You owe your entire career to me.
I really do.
I've never said that out loud.
Honestly, man. So growing up, I wanted to be in sports media. I wanted to be a guy on ESPN, talk about the Yankees and all the New York sports teams. And then I fell in love with country music when I was in high school and all of that. And then I got a college radio show. And our interactions with you early on, the team at Average Joe's, I was like, man, these country artists are so nice. They're so cool. I'm on a 25-watt college radio station. You guys don't owe me anything. And we got to have you on my show. And I was like, man, if I could do this and work in country radio or be just around country music.
And now look at you.
And now fast forward 12 years later, here we are sitting down.
So cool.
On a podcast. It's so cool. So how have you been, my brother? Things are good?
Man, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm doing a lot better. Obviously, it's been a long year with all the medical stuff.
Yeah.
And been through a lot of things. Changed me in a lot of ways. I mean, maybe some for the better, maybe some for the worse. I don't know, but I'm doing pretty good, and it's nice to be back out there playing. I saw you the other day at Country Concert. It was nice to, because that one made me a little nervous. I'll be honest with you, because that obviously I've played there multiple times. I love Country Concert, and I've been on the big stage.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I was like, oh man, I'm like, man, I'm on at 2:00.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't played at 2:00 slot in a long time, and you start, and I'm like, I don't know who's going to be here that early. And you saw, I was so blown away. It was so cool to see. I mean, it was packed. I mean, me and then Chase. I mean, I love Chase. He's been one of the young ones and Gavin grew up. Gavin Adcock grew up with my son. I mean, I've known Gavin since he was a little kid. I mean, like literally, and to watch, it was a really special time. And then, of course, Brantley's there, and then we go do our thing on the main stage. That was a special one.
Yeah, and that was something I wanted to talk to you about too, because I saw you watching our boy Gavin side stage, and I had Gavin on this show about 3 years ago, and he was just getting started. He was just getting ready to leave Statesboro and work his way up here. And you've gotten to be one of the godfathers of the Georgia boys, of the guys that have come up, whether it's the guys out of South Georgia and it's like the Statesboro world, or it's Athens and North Georgia, like guys like you, Brantley, Corey Smith, I mean, Jason, Luke, the list goes on and on and on and on, man. So to be there and get to watch Gavin do what he was doing and then get up there with one of your day one best buddies, BG, and sing a couple songs.
It was just really a special day. The whole day was. And it's made me to go back out. I wasn't sure, honestly, if I was going to go back to playing or not, honestly, because when you're dealing with it, I'd never been through anything like this. I mean, I've had 15, 16 years in a row of playing 125 shows a year at least.
Road warrior, bro.
And I had to build it like that, because even my friends in the industry don't know. I'm like, I'll say something, they're like, well, what about, I'm like, I've never had a song in the top 40 at country radio. I've never had a hit it myself. I've written some hits and had some, but I've never had one. And so I just had to work. I had to work harder. I just did. I didn't have no choice. And so, but it's the fans that make all of this possible. I mean, it's how you got to this point. It's how I'm still sitting here. Yeah. And so I wasn't sure if I was going to go back out there, but then the fans, they just kept sending me messages and prayers and sending them my fan. It was just unbelievable. And I was like, okay, I got to go back out there and see. And they have just showed up everywhere. I mean, everywhere I've been, it's like they're there and they're cheering and they're singing every word, and it's a pretty special feeling. Music has an amazing ability.
Yeah, man, and you came up at such a fun time in country music.
Yeah.
It was when country music was a damn party.
It was still, it was a little rowdier. I mean, it was a little rowdier, I'll admit. There's some of the stories that me and some of those previously mentioned names, probably nobody can tell, because if one person tells, it's everybody. It's like everybody's in. Like,
but I mean, like the culture of going to a country show, it still is a whole event, but I feel like that's when it became like the tailgating became prevalent.
It wasn't. It's a little more commercialized now, and I mean, it's a little more of. It's so mainstream, and there was a point, early on for me. I meant, in 2009, 10, around there, it was almost like it was our secret, like they didn't know about Rock the Country. They didn't know about having 50,000 people in a field. And now it's like, it's everybody's, which is good. I mean, it's got to change. Music has to evolve. It has to grow. I mean, that's how I got here. That's how the artists after me are here. And that's how Jelly's here. That's how Shabuzi, that's how those people are here, because of some of the stuff that I was out there doing. And, it's always that, progression of stuff. And I think it's still cool though. The music, music transcends politics, religion, all that kind of things. And that's what I love about it. Just the fact that it's that. I mean, like I can do, it takes me to so many different places, and it's a pretty neat thing to be a part of.
Yeah, you talk about it being like that early days of like the underground, because you've been independent and you said to hell with it, I'm starting my own label, and you became one of the first player coaches of being like
I think I've always been underground.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I mean, when I started doing it, we came to town, and we were playing some stuff with people, and people were like, "Oh my God, this is incredible. We don't know what to do with this."
Yeah.
I mean, like, they didn't. Every single person's like, "I love this shit. I don't know what to do with it." They just they couldn't, and I mean, at the time, here I am, a middle 30 guy, 300 pounds and a cowboy hat. I mean, very good looking, obviously, but and charming, but I don't know that was what they were looking for. And so it was like, well, what are we going to do? And my best friend Shannon and I were like, he's like, well, we can, he's ran labels before. I'm like, well, we can start a label. I call our other buddy, Zach McElroy, my good friend, the founder of Zaxby's. And I was like, hey, man, played him all the stuff. He's like, this is awesome. What do we do? And I was like, here's what we need to do it. And he's like, all right. He didn't even know Shannon. He'd never even met Shannon at the time. And I laid it all out. And I was like, this is what we need. And he's like, all right, I'll give it a shot. You guys don't screw it up. And so Shannon and I set out, and it was just me and him. Like, there wasn't no label. There wasn't nobody hired. There was none of that. It was just me and him. We piecemealed ride through the country together, and the rest is kind of history, really.
Yeah, man. And it's like those shows back in the day were just special, like the Mud Digger era of stuff. And the early days of Rome River Jam. And
I was playing places, and like artists would come. I'd come back here, and they'd like early days social media, and people they're like, hey man, did that really? I'm like, no, that was really happening. I mean, like, they were like, that's crazy. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I get it. They didn't understand that I was going out and selling 10,000 tickets in the middle of a field.
Yeah.
And they Nashville or anybody else couldn't. They're like, I don't understand that. Like,
without any radio play.
With nobody who told these people, like, how is this happening?
MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace, exactly. Brantley and I were, and they were like, where are they coming from? And I don't know, but I'm sure glad they came. I mean, it's cool, man, to think now. I wasn't doing anything to try to set some kind of new genre. People are like, you did. I'm like, I wasn't trying to do anything but make the best songs that Colt Ford could make.
Yeah.
The best way I could make them. And it's evolved over the years. Honestly, I mean, it's really evolved over the years. I mean, when the new stuff I got now, I mean, I think people are going to be like, well, I can assure you, I've already played it for people.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait, what are you doing singing like that? And I'm like, I had a year off, so I didn't use my voice for a year.
Yeah.
Did some vocal coaching and stuff, and it's like, so I mean, and not to mention, I'm 55 years old. I mean, I can still get rowdy every now and then, and I was definitely raised that way. But I mean, it's, I can't. I'm evolved. You know, you're supposed to evolve as an artist too. I mean, I still got it in there, and there's still going. This new record's coming. There's going to be a lot of things. I think there's a lot of more rock influence, kind of sounding heavier.
Nice.
I mean, me singing a lot. Like, I'm excited about it. Like, it really has excited me. And then there's a couple of there's a couple of really Raised Rowdy songs on there.
Hell
I
yeah.
mean, there's a couple of Stick Your Finger Up kind of. There's a song called Fake Redneck that is just going to be it's kind of a line in the sand kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
so,
awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, man, because I go back to listening to like Chicken and Biscuits and like the early day stuff. And I remember finding it when I was living up in New Jersey and being like, this is wild, man. Like, just sonically, you were ahead of your time, but it's because you grew up on so much shit.
Yeah, I didn't, and like I said, people like, oh, you pioneer stuff, and I'm like, I never set out to think that I was going to do that. I mean, but obviously, it did move the needle. I mean, it moved the needle. Dirt Road Anthem moved it. It may not have been like a seismic 8.5 on the Richter scale thing, but I mean, it did move the needle, and it was. When Brantley and I we didn't know what we was doing. We wrote Dirt Road Anthem in 30 minutes. We did not know what we were doing. I mean, except write. What's been great about working with B and being is we're like brothers. I mean, and we think alike. Like everything about us is alike as far as to what we think, believe. I mean, like so we can be in situations we've been so close for so long. I mean. The whole, like, I can look in his eyes and go, oh, I know shit's about to get out of control here in a second. Like, I'm about to take my hat off. I mean, like, I know him. And so when we write, I mean, it's so natural. So we would just write. We weren't trying to impress anybody because we didn't know nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we were just trying to write something that we liked. And we wrote it. I mean, and we wrote it. We didn't know that it would be what it is. I mean, and be one of the biggest songs in the history of country music.
Yeah,
I mean, or any music. I mean, Diamond kind of singles, that's pretty big.
Those don't happen.
Yeah. And we were kind of, and certainly the first half of it was more in the real record sales and not just streaming or down, it was a lot of hard CDs. And my whole career, I still see people at shows that'll come up and be like, I had a burnt CD of you in 2009. Yep. And I'm like, and I got it from my Uncle Bobby. And it's like, holy shit, that makes me feel old. And I understand that, but it is cool though. You know what I mean? Like that's real organic stuff. And mine was unbelievably organic. It was all organic. It was all just.
Yeah, it was organic. And you did such a big job of like finding these guys on the way up and made them a part of your family. You were like, hey boys, hop in the van and let's go do some music or let's create, or I got a rhyme to go with this track, or why don't you sing the chorus on this song?
I've probably been given too much credit in a lot of cases with a lot of artists because I know these artists. I haven't done anything with anybody I'm not friends with, so or that I couldn't pick up the phone and call.
Yeah.
So it was never made up. It was never manufactured. It was never 2 record labels, none of that shit. It was all like, yeah, do you dig it? Do you want to do it? And so I've heard people, oh, you're responsible for that. No, Brantley Gilbert would have been just fine if he never met Colt Ford. Believe me.
Yeah.
Jason Aldean would be just fine if he never met Colt. It'd be fine. The world would be fine. But I'm just lucky to have been a part of it, really. And I've always looked at it that way.
Yeah.
Like and so at the same time, in a lot of ways, I hadn't been given near enough credit in a lot of ways. Just and me now having this interview with you 4 or 5 years ago, I probably wouldn't have said that because I love everybody, man. I mean, one of the things I'm most proud of is I think if you've been doing it now for a while, you've been around, you don't ever hear nobody say, man, Colt Ford, he was an asshole. Or he was
no, that's like, one of the testaments to your character, brother.
Like I that is what I'm more proud of than writing these songs. Like because I've always that's just who I am. I mean, it's inherently who I am. It's who my dad was. He just passed away. It's way he raised me. Be good to people. You never know who that man is or what he's going through. My dad would always say that. My dad, he was 89. I just lost, but he would say things like when he prayed, one of the things he'd always say at the end of his prayer, he said, "And God, help us to be mindful of the many needs of others." And like, that's kind of, it stuck with me. I watched him do it. He lived it. And so that's how I've been in the industry. I don't have no beef with nobody. I just, it's done. I'm happy to see other people ask me now, like, are you mad that so-and-so and that this is happening now, but you did it, nobody. And I'm like, you could go back and look at that in any of the history of music.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, no, look here. Look deeper. Yeah. And that's, if you were doing it for trying to be famous or, all that shit, then, whatever. If that's what you had, if whatever deal you had to make to do that, I didn't do it for that. I don't do it for that. And so I said all that just a little bit to say, yeah, in a lot of ways, I haven't been given the flowers that I deserve. And this human side of you goes, well, that sucks. At times. When they go, look, I'll see some interview and so, look, they did that. And I'm like, actually, I did that 5 years ago. Yes. But okay, but I'm not unhappy that they're doing it.
No, you want everybody to win.
But I'm not unhappy about it. I mean that. And so some of that, when it comes out, can sound really, it sounds like sour grapes or whatever. And that's not the case. It really isn't. But the facts are the facts. You know what I mean? It doesn't change the fact that this is where it evolved from.
Yeah, man.
But where did I evolve from? You know what I mean? Like, it's been around. It's been around. Recitation, Talking Records. Go back to songs like Smoke, Smoke, Smoke That Cigarette or Hot Rod Lincoln. What do you think Charlie was doing?
Yeah.
He was so good to me. Mr. Daniels, Mr. Charlie was so good to me.
What's a good Charlie Daniels memory or story? Because I got to meet him a couple times.
Oh, my God. He was the greatest.
One of the nicest humans you could ever meet.
Absolutely. I tell people all the time, it's like, I'd rather be remembered as like him, somebody that was stood on business. If he said it, he meant it. He didn't back up from it. Like, he was great to me. And early on, he put his arm around me and he said, I know they've probably given you a lot of, grief about, and he said, I've seen some of it. He goes, but you write songs that are honest. Yes, sir. He goes, I think you just picking up where I left off. Things evolved. He said, you don't apologize for being that. He said, honest and real. And he was always good to me. He was always good to me and encouraging. And I had a lot of guys that were, but, it's a generational thing. A lot of that, and some of it is just where we're at now. And I've let some of my frustration with some of that go. It's like, man, because I'm fun to see live. I'm like, I've never.
That 2:00 Saloon Stage show,
you won't see a more rocking show at 2:00 on a Thursday of a festival. If you do, I want to see that shit on video because I don't believe it. And it's just like, but I've never got to play on an award show. I've never got to, like, I can host that shit. Put me up there. I'm funny.
Yeah.
I can do that. I'm off the cuff. I'm like, I just wanted to be more of a part of it, I guess. That's my only thing that frustrates me is like, when I look at where some of the people that are out now and things are happening, because there was so much of me when I'm sitting there talking to guys that are like, when I'm sitting there talking to Jason, who's one of my great friends backstage at the award show, and then he's going to go out and sit right there, and I can go out and sit in the crowd somewhere, or I can just stay back here. It's really been like that for me. Yeah, that's really what it was. So I'm not bitching about it. I'm just saying that's just the facts. But
what you could do that other people couldn't, you could sell tickets. If people can't sell tickets, they ain't got a whole lot going on. Colt, you've always sold tickets.
That's what's allowed me to be here for so long. Yeah. 20 years, pretty much, and it's the fans. And a lot of people forgot about it. There's a lot of, famous people on the internet that are famous music stars that I ain't never seen even play a show. Yeah. It is the damnedest thing I've ever seen. I'm not sure how that works. And I don't know how you give a record deal to somebody because their numbers on a video are big. Yeah. I don't know. Can you play anything else? Can you write anything else?
Yeah.
Can you perform when there's a lot of people standing out?
Can
I mean, like, I don't know.
Can you mentally handle getting with a group of dudes and riding around in a van for 3 days across 6 different states?
Yeah.
Can you handle touring? Because that's a whole thing within and of itself.
It's a whole different animal. And I'll be honest with you, man. There was a time after this accident and the heart attack, and I wasn't sure. I've never been unsure. I mean, like, even when I was a 330, 40-pound country singer, middle-aged country singer, I thought I was cool as shit. I mean, and I had that swag. I mean, I had that. You couldn't tell me nothing. I mean, and people embraced me for that, because I used to say all the time, it's like, you might not love Colt Ford, but you can't stop Colt Ford from loving you.
Yeah.
It's just who I am,
Amen.
man. I would tell people, they're like, how's it going to work when you and Jamie Johnson play a show together? It's going to be awesome, because I'm going to light their hair on fire and take them way up here, and Jamie will let them take them back down and sweeten it out, and it'll be great. And I said, Jamie's one of my best friends. First person I ever wrote a song.
Pass me a cold beer.
One of the first people I ever wrote, the only first song I ever wrote in Nashville was with Jamie Johnson and Jeremy Popoff from Lit. Wow. So we've been close since day one. And I mean, and it's like, people would think, how does that work? We're talking about the exact same things. And I've heard Jamie say this, Colt and I talk about the exact same things, just in a different way.
Just different delivery.
Yeah, it's a different delivery. The message is 100% the same.
Yeah.
I assure you.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's interesting to see how it's evolved and what it's evolved to. But I've been so blessed. The fans are, and I've never forgot that. You were there. Now that it took me a while, so my memory is not. I have some issues from the heart attack and being down and being out in a coma. I mean, it may be hard for some people to tell. That's what my wife said, because he was already a little screwed up. So, but it's been, I forget some things, and I'll be mid-sentence and forget some things. So it's been a lot to process, but to know that the fans have just kept loving me and kept wanting me to be here, and I just couldn't go without them. I just couldn't stop doing that to them. But so you saw the other day when you were there, like, and I get honest with you, I'm tired now. I mean, I don't have what I used to have, obviously. I mean, what I went through is a lot. And then in the heat, it was hot. It's a lot. Thursday. It's a lot.
Luckily, you were under that saloon stage.
Yeah. I mean, but I'll be honest with you. Honestly, I think that under the saloon stage is hotter.
Really?
Because there's just nowhere for it to escape. Yeah. I mean, and so it was like I was tired, but those people were standing there. I wouldn't stood there for 45 minutes.
You were kicking off their weekend. You were the flame that lit off that party for the whole weekend.
I stood there for 45 minutes to an hour. I signed everybody that wanted a picture. I signed everything. That's what we're supposed to do. That's what we cannot forget. That's what this younger generation, don't forget that. Don't take that shit for granted, man. That's a big deal. And because you don't know what that person's going through or what they're feeling. And I look at it and go, I assure you, meeting Colt Ford hot and sweaty at 55 ain't no big deal. You didn't win no lottery ticket or nothing. I mean, but these people act like they did, and that makes me feel like that too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I embrace it. I appreciate it. I want to meet and greet. I want to do it. You want to do 50? You want to do 100? I don't give a shit. I love it. Those people allow my life to happen. Amen. How do you not take a minute to say what's up or say hello or shake a hand, whatever? You don't know what it means to people. Absolutely. And so after 20 years, I've had a lot of those stories. I've gotten stories of what it does mean to people, and I've seen it in real life. Like, look what's happening. I mean, look what it's done. I mean, people saying that to you, like, your song made a difference. Working on.
I was just going to say working on. When I got sober in 2016, that song had come out a little bit before that. Yeah. But that was one that I listened to you and a lot of BG, because that was one, like a lot of the Just As I Am record. Like, that working on made a huge difference in my life personally, going through sobriety.
I've gotten a lot of messages. I meant from that kind of deal, from whether it be addiction or abuse, or I met so many soldiers and military. Those are the kind of, like, I mean, would it be cool to win a Grammy? I'm sure it would be.
Yeah.
I don't know. CMT, a CMA award. I don't know. I mean, it'd be cool to win any award. I ain't
Yeah.
never won any of them in music, but those kind of stories, man, that's what's pretty cool.
Yeah, and that was a song that was written, correct me if I'm wrong, with Walker Hayes.
Yeah.
Back in the day. And it's funny. You were one of my first interviews, and Walker Hayes in 2014 came and played at my college. This is when he had just gotten dropped from that deal, had his long shaggy hair, was working at Costco.
Walker looked like, honestly, at the time when you saw him in that era, he was already 30 years old. Yep. And I'm like, he looks like a 20-year-old SAE at your college. Yep. He looks like a frat boy. Same thing. That dude is one. I don't care what they say. One of the most talented dudes.
Agreed.
One of the most talented dudes. And now he's in his little lane. And I know there's people that hate it, but I'm telling you,
I like it.
Walker Hayes is dope, and he's important for music. And it's just, again, I've gotten all kinds of, because of what I've done, the way I did it now, and I get all the stuff for Jelly. I'm like, I am tickled to death for Jelly. I love Jelly.
That dude's worked hard forever.
And people are like, oh, man, just can't. And the same thing people used to do to me, like, man, it happened so fast. I'm like, yeah, 30 years. I put my first record out, I was 36 years old. Just an overnight sensation. But that's what music is about. I persevered. I was doing it, and they're like, you can't do this. And I was like, well, I'm going to do it anyway. I meant, if you've seen that Top Gun, they're like, hey, there's nobody scheduled today. Yeah, well, I'm going anyway. And that's what I did. And so it allowed me to let some other people come in the door and do different things. And you go see Jelly now. I'm like, I remember seeing him for the first time in an arena, and I was like, this is the first time I see him in an arena. Last year was the first time I'd ever seen Jason in a arena. Yep. Last time I'd seen him before that, he was opening for me.
Wow.
So, and I don't mean like 15 years ago. I meant like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So, and I was just blown away. It was like a religious experience.
He delivers a sermon up there, man.
And whether you like the songs, whatever, anytime something's good, there's going to be the hate. It just is what it is. And I kind of like Cat Williams. If you ain't got nobody to hate on, feel free to hate on me. Because I'm not going to hate on you. I love you. I wish success on everybody. I see him doing that, and I saw that show, and I'm like, whether you like it or not, I've told him, I don't care if you like it, don't get it, whatever. If you go to see that and don't realize something special is happening here, then you need to go lay on a couch and talk to somebody. There's some shit wrong with you, because there's lives. He's changing lives.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people play music. Not a lot of people do that.
No.
He's moving. I moved the needle. He built a damn, Grand Canyon in that shit.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed. I know what it takes, the energy level it takes, and man. And now he's doing the weight loss thing, because we would text earlier when I had started losing weight. It's like, hey, dude, I'm telling you, don't mess around. A lot of guys, a lot of my boys now that have all in the industry have all gone like, I went and had it checked. I'm like, because I was doing way better. I had lost a lot of weight at the time of this. Yeah, so sometimes you just got to take care of yourself. I didn't realize how much, how much but you don't know, and then you think I'm alpha male, I can do whatever, and that's what I thought. I can do whatever. I ain't scared of nothing but God and my mama. I ain't scared of nothing. And I woke up out of that coma, and I could not pick up a styrofoam cup and feed myself ice.
Wow.
So, I had to learn to walk again. It was a lot. And it's still, the physical pain, growing up being, again, raised alpha male, country boy, hunting, fighting, doing whatever it is you want to do, sports, and played professional golf for a living for 10 years. On a pretty high level. I can deal with physical pain. I know how to do that. I look at my hand, look at my leg. I go, okay, that hurts. I can compartmentalize that. I've always had that ability. I didn't have that ability to compartmentalize my head. I didn't know I knew nothing about anxiety and fear. I never knew anything about it. I've learned a whole lot, and I'm learning about it every day now, and that's made a big difference in my life. And that's made me even want to be more proactive about mental health and things like that, because it is easy. I mean, like, obviously I went through a traumatic event, but it was literally like I didn't go to sleep. I went to sleep, I woke up, and it was just there immediately. No, like, okay, you're getting sicker. No, just immediately.
It's like a switch
fear.
flips.
Yeah, like somebody cut the light on. Oh, there's fear and anxiety in here. Yep, I never saw it before. I guess it was dark to me before, and so that's been a lot to deal with. But again, the fans, man, I got a lot of friends in the industry, been good to me. A lot of people over the years that I've met through music that helped me and reached out. I mean, my wife, I wouldn't be here without her. Absolutely.
Amen.
Standing there for 8 days of a coma. She's standing there 10, 12 hours a day, standing, holding my hand, talking to me every day. And it was a lot to deal with, but I'm still here, and it's I'm so thankful for it too. Yeah. I see things a little differently now,
What are some of the biggest things that you see differently?
I mean, I guess I just the whole thing is different, really. The things that we chase and the things that are available to. I ain't no superstar famous dude. In some places I'm a little famous, but I think about some of my other friends and I go, I know what's available to me. I can't imagine what's available to Morgan,
right?
and Luke, and it's like I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
And so I'm just look at a lot of that stuff and go, I don't want to imagine. Whatever I used to imagine, I don't even really want that anymore. It's not important. I just found importance in a lot of love and substance in what I have and what I already had. And it don't need to be fancy planes and light. It has nothing to do with any of that, really.
Yeah, you got a good support system, a great family, kids.
I don't even have a car right now, bro. I ain't not had a car since I was 12 years old. I had a car when I was 12 years old.
Yeah.
I grew up doing country shit. Like
Yeah.
I ain't even got a car right now. I had to get rid of some things because them bills, the medical bills, kept coming.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell a lot of people. They're like, man, I'm like, why are you back working so hard already? I'm like, I got to. I didn't have it like that. I didn't have it like some of the other guys do, and that ain't no jealousy thing. It's just fact. I was like, my mom, my wife's like, sure. I'm like, hey, house note's still coming. A lot of people, when I went down, there is a lot of people that depend on me.
Yeah, bro.
My band, crew. It was hard for me. And and immediately, it wasn't like COVID. During COVID, a lot of guys cut their guys off. I damn near went broke, but I did not cut my.
As a former touring guy,
I did not cut my guys off.
Yeah.
It upset me to see some of that. I was like, I told my business manager, he was raising hell at me. I said, you can say whatever, you work for me, but these guys, this ain't a garage band. They don't do this for, shits and giggles. This is how they pay their bills. What am I supposed to tell this guy? What I tell the dude who's got wife and 2 daughters at home that this is what he does full time. Hey, man, well, you can't go play somewhere else because there ain't nowhere else to play.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, though, during this scenario, first of all, I had no control because I was not aware.
Yeah.
So now, lots of decisions are being made that may not be what I would do.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, like, everything has to stop. The faucet, Shannon has to immediately the faucet has to cut off.
Yeah.
And that is not to hurt anyone, but just to save me.
Yeah.
Because if we don't save me, then it'll never cut back on.
And
you know, you'll always go somewhere else and do that. And I don't like when artists think you can't do it without them, or sometimes you get people in band or crew that think that you can't do it without them. It's like, nah. The only person it says Colt Ford up there. That's really it.
Yeah.
I don't treat my dudes like that, and most of my artist friends don't treat their guys like that.
Yeah.
these guys, I go to war with them. You know what I mean? Like,
That's what it is, man.
Family.
That's what it is.
You
Show
know,
day
so
is game day, and you're hitting the field, and you're going.
I love it, and I love that part of it. I love the fan base. I still love hearing the stories and shaking the hands, and that they're still there. I mean, because that's a real fear. You go, man. I was like, I don't know. And people like they would ask me questions like, "Well, I've never seen you be like." I'm like, "I ain't never been like this. I don't know why." And they're like, "Why?" I'm like, "Shit, I don't know why." I that's the problem. When you get into that or the mental health issues, it's like I don't want to be like that. No. I don't want to feel that. I don't know why I feel that.
Yeah.
I don't. When I got ready to get back on my bus for the first time. I got off the plane. I flew in the buses, picked me up, and they were like, "What's the matter?" I'm like, "Oh shit! Last time I was on here, I was carried off of here dead. Like,
It happened on the bus.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to get back on the bus. That started going through my head. Like,
shit, I didn't know it happened while you were on the road, while you were out with the bus.
So. We can cover it a little bit if you want to.
Yeah,
I don't know what kind of time. I got time. I don't know if you do.
For you, Colt, I got all the time in the damn world.
I'll tell you. So I'm playing Phoenix, Arizona, April 4th, 2004. And
2024.
2024. Oh, 2004. Yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
See, there's that.
Hey,
so good. 2024. Yeah, I sold out show. Kind of an after party over at Dirk Bentley's place. And there's a big country concert going on in Phoenix too. That thing's going on. It's Country Thunder, maybe something like that. Brantley's out there at that. Walk off stage, sold out, packed show. Go to the bus. My crew guy, Broilsy, he says, takes my ears off, and he said, I looked at him and said, "Man, I'm getting too old for this shit," because it was hot, and and I was 270 or whatever pounds, and. He said, normally, my normal routine would be I go to the back to my bedroom, I have a shower, and I call my wife, take a shower, whatever, watch Chicago PD or Dateline or something, and go, because I'm not out there, I ain't partying, I ain't doing, I'm not saying I hadn't, I'm just saying I don't anymore.
Different era.
I'm just like, I'm just chilling. That's my normal routine. And normally the guys would not even check on me. So if I go back to my room, 100% dead. For some reason, I sat down in the front lounge and I sat there and that's where I fell out. And my bass player, Nick, bless his heart, Nick Velourdi, it shook him up. He found me. For some reason, he told the guys, "It's hot in there. I'm going to grab the cold Gatorade from the cruise side stage and bring it to me on the bus." And when he walked in the bus, I'd already fallen out on the floor or whatever. And so then all hell broke loose. And I don't remember anything. I don't remember a thing. And, again, flatline twice. They brought me back twice. They got me to one hospital. They operated on me for about 10 hours there. Immediately, word starts. People's calls start being made, obviously. Somebody from the label talked to somebody that called Brantley, and Brantley was there. He immediately calls his TM. He's like, "Something's going on with Colt. Find out where the hell he is. Take me there. Take the bus there now." He gets a friggin' police escort over there. He comes to where they got me at first hospital. Obviously, Brantley and I are like brother. He's known my son since he was little. My son's 26 now. Yeah. He calls my son for me, and my son's working in Jacksonville. He gets my son back home on a plane, gets him a ticket. His wife's ticket, flies them out there immediately. They get my wife, who's in Tulsa at the time. She gets the call from my bus driver, Sam, is like, "Here's what's going on. He's gone down." So I didn't realize, obviously I don't remember anything, but the effect that it had on everybody else. I mean, it was so, and it still bothers me because I've been the protector. Yeah. I've been the provider. I've been the, you might see my wife that female line, but I promise you there's a line behind her that will tear your ass up when it comes to family. And all of a sudden I couldn't be that. I'm not that guy now. I can't do it. And so she's trying to get a flight. I mean, they're trying to get her a plane, and she gets a flight. She lands at 6:30 in the morning in Phoenix, hasn't been sleeping 24 hours, and doesn't know if I'm alive when she gets there. Doesn't know. Yeah. There's just no. Doesn't know. So, they operated on me basically all they could do at this first hospital, and the younger doctor came out. This is the stories I've been told. Honestly, I don't know. And Brantley is obviously my whole band crew, but Brantley and I are family, truly. Like, I could say this 100% on show, live TV, anyway. You could get killed by me over Brantley, and Brantley could kill you over me. Like, it's just, we're that close. That's that much family. And they weren't wanting to tell, because now we're out here, nobody with me is related to me. Nobody in the band or crew's related to me. And we're in Arizona. I'm from Georgia.
You're a world away.
Yeah, it's, so they don't want to tell anybody anything, because, so now Brantley's getting agitated, and to the point where he had done, his wife Amber, bless her heart, she goes, he called me. He said, hey, if they don't tell me something, I'm going to go to jail. I just want you to know, is that okay? He done told Jack, his security guy. Jack's like, Papa, they call me Papa because they call him Dad now. Yeah. And I'm like, fair enough. And he's like, Papa, he's about to go to jail. He took his Rolex off, gave it to me, had bail money, then got the cash money out, said, if they don't tell me what's going on and get him some help, it's going to be a problem. And the doctor's telling him, he's like, well, we got to he goes, if you don't get him over there to Mayo Clinic where the ECMO is, you're going back in that hospital, except you're going back in as a patient. Yeah. Basically, not a doctor. Brantley's prepared. He's like, I'll tear this whole shit up. I'll tear it all up.
Yeah.
And so they got Mayo Clinic. They came in. They put me on it's a procedure in a machine called ECMO, which never heard of in my life. Didn't know a thing about it. Yeah. But the top heart doctors in the world said, you ever meet any man that's been on ECMO and you're standing there talking to him, you should shake his hand. He said, it's rare. And it's rare. It'd be about 30% chance for you to survive for 3 days at your age and your condition, let alone, oh boy, there was in there that was 54 and not in the best of shape and hadn't been the best of, very kind to my heart. Everything shut down. Everything went bad. They got me on the ECMO. They got me over to the Mayo Clinic there in Scottsdale, and man, that place, I go play for a show for them. That place they treated me unbelievable.
Amen.
And it was, again, they said the guys said it was like a SWAT team coming in there, because it's a whole crew. So the ECMO is a machine that basically runs your whole body.
Wow.
It runs your heart. It runs your liver. It's running everything. Only very few places have it. Like it.
Thank God you were in Arizona.
So it requires a 2 or 3 people to run it at all times. Like there's multiple people that have to do it. Yeah. And so, that's the other thing. If I go back to my bedroom, dead. The next day we were supposed to be in in Vegas. So they'd have woke up and came back there looking for me, and I'd have been dead. Vegas did not have an ECMO machine. So if it happened there, the next day I was supposed to be with Chris Jansen at Lake Havasu, 2.5-hour life flight from ECMO. So if anything deviates from what happened, I wouldn't have made it. Wow. Wouldn't have made it. So they got me over on the ECMO and got me to Mayo Clinic, and now another 8 hours of surgery over there. I think it was 10 liters of blood. It was, and at the time, again, they still don't know. When Megan, she was kind of numb. She said, when she when she got there because she'd been awake 24 hours. She doesn't. Sorry, my tour manager, Eli, he picked her up and she goes. They were like a 20-minute ride back to where, and she said the first 10 minutes. She's like, I haven't even said anything. I hadn't said anything. And she said, I just said, is he alive? And then he was like, oh, Eli was like, oh yeah, he's alive. He's alive. But she's a nurse. She has no, so they're like, they got him on ECMO and everything. And now they have no idea what ECMO is.
Yeah.
They're like, in their mind, ECMO is the thing that can save me. True. Except there's like that much chance that they whether they didn't know it or didn't want it. Like my drummer Tim said, he's like, when we left, they said it's probably 50-50, and he said I was just choosing that it was going to be 60-40 in your favor. So again, they don't know how long I've been out. So he says he's live in this ECMO, and now she knows. The nurses call it circling the drain. That's what they call ECMO. Wow. I mean, like it's just not a thing. I mean, like you just don't, you know, I mean, like it's just a bad thing. And so he goes, no, he's on. And she's like, oh, okay. She's like, well, how long was he out for? And he like, no more than 10 minutes. And she's like, 10 minutes? Like 10 minutes. It's just this hairy redneck from Georgia. There ain't nothing left. I mean, there's nothing. If he was out for 10 minutes, so they don't know any of that either. So that was scary. Yeah. Until I wake up. I mean, they don't know. And even then, my wife and my mama was like, y'all might not can tell. He's a little bit messed up in the head anyway. Yeah. So, you know, it was so much on so many people, you know, and I mean, my band and crew was just, they were all just, they're devastated. You know, people had gone through that. I mean, been through something like that. I mean,
how hard was it getting back on the bus? Like getting back out, doing that first show?
Hard.
When was that first show?
April somewhere.
April,
so here,
about a year later.
Well, my first full band show. What I did was, I wasn't sure if I was going to come back. I mean, I didn't have any idea how hard it was going to be. You know, I'm delusional like that. I've always been a dreamer. I mean, I was supposed to be. I was going to the Kentucky Derby and sitting in the governor's box with my buddy Dusty Lee and my wife and I. We were going to the Kentucky Derby. We already had all the outfits, everything, and you know that's in May. Well, this happens when I wake up out of the coma. I tell my wife, "Oh no, we still going to the Derby." She's like, "You know," I'm like, "Oh yeah." I mean, I'm like. Yeah, we'll be good. She goes, you won't even be out of this room by the Kentucky Derby. And she's right. I watched it right there in the ICU. But it was, I didn't know. And again, to be able to do anything and all of a sudden can't do anything.
Yeah.
And so it was, and I'm still dealing with it. Probably always be dealing with it. Luckily, my heart is in it. I have some other issues that it caused. Because the first place had, all the transition and having to move me and all that kind of thing, had a hard time in my right leg, and I had got compartment syndrome, so they had to do emergency fasciotomy, which caused me a ton of damage in my leg, a ton of nerve damage, and there was so much. It was so bad we couldn't tell everybody, what was going on. I mean, it was just too much for everybody. I mean, TMZ. Sneaking TMZ, literally. I mean, it was all over TMZ, CNN, Fox. I mean, one of my people probably saw it if it was on CNN. But I meant people were like, "Who is Colt Ford?" But no, I mean, it was something, and I don't remember any of it, not one single part of it. And I just woke up and I like. So I'll tell you, not a lot of people have heard. My mom, my whole life would. I was telling my publicist Cameron this just a little while ago. So my mom would always, if you held her hand when you were young, or if you were saying a prayer at the table or whatever, she'd squeeze your hand 3 times, "Man, I love you." And so transitioned over with me in my life, my kids and everything. And I asked my wife, I was like, "Will you do it?" She was like, "Yeah, I'll squeeze your hand." And I said, I could remember that. And then my son was there, and he's a huge Marcus Luttrell fan and the whole thing. And their whole thing, never put your gun down, you're not out of the fight. I asked Reynolds, I said, "Were you saying that to me?" He said, "Yeah." I was saying, "Dad, don't put your gun down, you're not out of the fight." And, basically a month before, I buried one of my best friends, Toby Keith. And Toby used to call me Little Dog Daddy. He's Big Dog Daddy. And bright light, Toby stepped out and said, "They ain't ready for you, little dog, going back down there."
Wow.
And I woke up. I woke up.
Wow.
And it was, And I saw my wife. I'm like, looking at her, then I see my son, and I know my son, wherever I'm at, I know he's not supposed to be where I'm at. And because I didn't feel anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is going on? And then that's when they proceeded to tell me what had happened.
Wow.
What had happened was you died. So yeah, man, and it was something.
Thank God you were in Arizona. Thank God Brantley was there. Thank God everything.
Everything, man. I mean, like everything. It couldn't have. And my doctor, Dr. Quan Lee out there, is one of the top heart doctors in the world. I love this dude, man. I love this guy. We've become friends, truly. Like, we text about other stuff besides heart stuff. But he told me, he said, "You're 1% of 1%.
Wow.
He said, "I have no idea." He said, "I have a machine, measure everything in your body except your desire to live." He's like, I don't have a machine that can do that. And he said, "Clearly you have more to do. There's something in you, some things you have yet to, whatever that is." I don't know, but the other thing he told me was what he called the chain of life. And I was like, I was intrigued. And when I'm a talkative, inquisitive dude anyway.
Yeah,
I like to make people laugh and have fun.
Absolutely, yeah.
The ICU nurses, oh my God. I mean, we had so much fun. I mean, we did silly things. I mean, I could tell you a story that'd be maybe too much information, so I better not. But we had a lot of fun at 3:00 in the morning in the ICU.
Yeah.
Because they were like, "How can you be?" So I was like, "Well, I want to make somebody smile more than I care about smiling, if that makes any kind of sense in a weird way." So I didn't know what I was up against or what I was dealing with. I just thought, "Oh man, yeah, should we be back to work?" No time. And it was just so much more than that. But having those people there and having B be there, and my wife get there, and he was, they're kind of got my son out there. I mean, I couldn't get it was tough. My mom and dad were really struggling because they are older and couldn't travel and we're super close, and for them to not be able to get to me. So I'm in Phoenix for 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, like out there, I mean, it was, it was a lot, man. It was a lot. And then again, you just go from doing anything to, need to learn how to walk. Wait, what? Yeah. You mean, my leg? Oh, okay. Yeah. This is, I just had no concept of it.
Yeah, the fact that you're back playing shows is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Having heard all of that, to be able to go out on the stage with your boys.
And everybody said, I have zero baseline to know what's good. I mean, like, when I moved from my ICU room to my regular room at the Mayo Clinic, I'll tell you how bad TMZ is. They and I'm not even that famous, though. I mean, like, they are reporting that I moved out of my ICU room into my regular room on TMZ when I'm still sitting in my ICU room waiting to get moved to the other room. Like, I don't know. They got to deal with the devil or something. I don't know. The funniest thing, they had to say, basically, Colt Ford there's no Colt Ford here. There's no Colt Ford at Mayo Clinic. There's also no Jason Brown, my real name.
Yes.
Neither one of those people are here. That was strict rules across the board. Now, my mama is from Anderson, South Carolina, and she's 80 years old and wants to talk to her baby.
Yeah.
And she is not happy.
Yes.
And she is calling that place. And I tell you one damn thing, my son is in there. Now I know he is. I mean, she is not happy. And I mean, I laugh at, we laugh at that stuff now, but it's crazy. I mean, it's just craziness that I was like, wow. I mean, and trying to just process all of it. And it was a lot. Some people, it was cool. Some people came to see me, and DMC from Run DMC, who I've been close with forever, came. I mean, like the nurses are coming there, like, is that? I'm like, yeah, yep, that is the king of rock. Yep, that is a rock and roll Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
I met Justin Moore and his TM JR moved a flight and came in and spent a whole day with me at the hospital. And kind enough to sneak me some edibles in there. I appreciate that. Shout out to JR and Justin Moore. And Justin brought me a cool robe that I still really like a lot.
nice.
So, yeah, it was cool. I meant to have some of that come in there. I met a few guys. I met Brett Saberhagen, pitcher, came by and saw me. And Tyler Hubbard, Tyler from Monroe, Georgia, which is 25 minutes from my house. Yeah. I mean, he grew up underneath me. I mean, I know I was a big influence on FGL. But Tyler was out playing a show, and he got like an hour away. He had the runner bring him all the way there, and he came spend a couple of hours with me while I was laid up, and so that all that kind of stuff meant a lot. Got lots of messages, and
man, it's all the goodwill that you've built from just being you and just being that friendly guy, being a big brother to guys, or being a little brother, like
whatever it is. Yeah,
that Toby story is crazy, and it's wild too. I talk about I've probably seen you live at least 6 or 7 times in my life. Every time's been awesome. Country Concert being the most recent. First time I saw you was on that FGL tour in Philly at that theater.
Oh, that theater. Yeah.
The Tower Theater.
Because I remember we were talking about that because that was also. I mean, that's Hall and Oates.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's where they.
That's and didn't Bowie shoot a?
Bowie shot
a video out. Yeah.
That was a legendary room. That was you, Dallas Smith, and BK and T-Hub. And then I saw you the next summer opening for Toby at the PNC Bank Arts Center in Holmdel, New Jersey.
Right.
So it's like to hear those names, like the relationships you had with them, is awesome. How important was a guy like Toby Keith to you, man?
I couldn't. I mean, I say things for a living. I mean, I tell stories for a living. Like I couldn't tell you how important he was, not just to me, to so many people, and to this industry, to music. I meant truly, I'll stand on it, and we can do whatever. Toby Keith is an icon.
Agreed.
Yeah, I meant, as far as I'm concerned, you can put him on the Mount Rushmore. I don't know. Maybe they need to expand Mount Rushmore, but I meant like, he was the greatest, man. Yeah. And I mean, I just say, I'm close with the family. I mean, I've done a lot of the trips with Toby and Tricia, and bless her heart, Tricia flew out and saw me while I was in the hospital in Phoenix. I mean, that's what kind of people Toby and Tricia Keith are. Yeah. She flew out and saw me. She didn't have to come out. She didn't fly out to see me. Flew out and saw me, brought lunch to Megan and I. Got to see us, spent the day, and flew back. Now, again, that's not everybody can do that. I understand that, but just that's just who they are. He was so good to me and told me, just took me and did things and put me in places that I probably couldn't have got in for sure if I wasn't with him. And I'm one of, I think, maybe 4 people he ever did duets with on a record. So that was cool. We did a song called Time Flies.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah, and shot a video with it and everything. He was just, there was times I'd look at him and just, like, I know that I'm a little famous, but he's Toby Keith. Yeah. And I meant, again, Toby's, we're only 5-6 years apart. So, I meant, like, it wasn't like there's some, crazy where you go, oh my God. I'm like, but I'd still look at him like that, like, freaking Toby. I mean, like, he never made me feel it. I mean, it's just who he was, man. Dude was like John Wayne. Yeah. He was just, man, he was cool. He was cool, and I got a message from Trish on 4th of July, one of his favorite quotes that he told his daughter, and Crystal, who I love. Crystal,
she also opened that show.
Yes.
She was on that tour.
She was on that tour with me and
Yep.
Toby. Yeah, she was. Have you ever heard the duet that Crystal and I did?
I don't know if I know that one.
You should check that. You should check that out. We redid the Seeger song, the "Why Don't You Stay," man, with the Kenny Rogers and Jenna Easton version. It's one of the coolest things I've ever done. She's an incredible singer.
Yeah.
But yeah, you said to her, never apologize for being patriot. Never apologize for being proud to be a patriot, be an American. Never apologize for that.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot of cool things. Had a lot of fun, a lot of laughs with him, man. He was a good one. Good to me. But yeah, and I got lots of messages and things from people and friends. I woke up to 2,500 text messages.
Wow.
And rightly so. Megan, she wouldn't give me the phone for a little bit because she's like, first of all, you have to. There ain't no telling what you'll text with the drugs that you're on. Because I text messed up stuff when I'm not on drugs, so there's no telling what.
Yeah.
My publicist thinks it's great the high text that I send out, or I send some pretty good ones out. So that was good, but people they didn't know the extent of it, like with how bad it was, because I can't just say all that. 20 hours of surgery, almost lost his leg, his kidney shut down, his liver shut down. Everything's, like,
a little bigger than a press
release. He's in a coma.
Yeah.
You can't just say all that shit. That's because it really would have been crazy if they'd have said all that. I'm waking up, people like, I'm glad you're okay. You had a heart attack. I'm like, yeah, I'm okay. Yeah, but yeah, it's just a lot, and some people don't know how to deal with it. I didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Some people I hadn't heard a word from. Shocking to me. But then I look at it and go, man, there's some of it that makes you feel a little bit of your own immortality. I get some of that too, of like, what if that could happen to me? I don't know. You find out a little bit of that Tracy Lawrence deal. Find out who's who.
Find out who
your
your friends are.
Amen.
Like,
there's been all full disclosure. I ain't no name caller, although I feel a little differently than I did. You might could get more truth out of me now than you ever could. But yeah, I've been surprised by some that I hadn't heard from, and not just surprised, like bothered me.
Yeah,
made me feel some kind of way, like hurt me a little bit. And I've been shocked by some that I did hear. Like, oh wow, I didn't even think you gave a shit. So there's some of that, just full disclosure. And it's okay. And I'm learning to let go of that too, because you realize people have their own lives and they're caught up in their own stuff. And I get it. But when you're sitting there and you can't do shit and you're just stuck and you're just laying there, and I get out of the hospital. I don't get home till 2 months after this happened. Our whole world is upside down. Like, she's out there with me. Her at the time 15-year-old Ella is at home. She's staying with her dad and everything, but still it's like our whole world, like, everything has changed. She's moved to Arizona for 2 months. We got an Airbnb. It was crazy.
Yeah, man.
And when I get out, I'm still messed up. Like, I'm still not good. I still got 2 open wounds that luckily my wife's a nurse that is having to pack every day for a month and a half after I got home. And when you get, it's like, how do you get, I'm in Arizona now. People, you don't think about stuff like that. It's one thing to get sick or whatever at your house. A whole other thing to happen 3,000 miles away from where you live is and it's like, oh, what are we going to do? I met Steve Smith, owns Tootsie's. Freaking, God, I love that guy. He's been so good to me. Just said, hey, tell me when they say you can go. I told him. He said, I'll have my plane there to pick you up. I'll have a car. I'll have a service pick you up at the Airbnb, because I can't get on a damn Delta flight with this shit. No. Southwest is like, no.
You ain't flying like, 8-2 on Southwest.
Standing there with, I feel like, Eddie Murphy and Coming to America. We got all kind of luggage and stuff and medical stuff. And so, man, I know what private jets cost, and I know it ain't cheap to go from Nashville to Phoenix and back. home to Tulsa and back to Nashville, I know what that costs.
Yeah.
And Steve didn't ask me for a dime. He didn't ask me. He sent time. He sent a long time, and they.
What you get for being such a good person, man.
Just things
People
like that.
Take care of you.
It means so much to you, And if Steve couldn't have done it, Tricia was like, I'll send our plane.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's having those kind of things is that's pretty special. But I got home, and again, I'm 2 months of still just can move to the bed and maybe get moved to the couch, and I mean it was just I ain't never sat still like that in my life. Never.
Yeah. No, especially when you're used to doing triple-digit tour dates.
Yeah,
for
like I've
decade plus.
Never been home that long in my life. I mean, like I never sat down and been like never in my life. It was something. So
that's wild.
But it's been interesting. So again, I obviously I get through everything, and to get some of the love that was happening. I mean, I was on the Rock the South the first year of that, and Bob FaceTime me.
Those Rock the Souths, Rock the Countries are a ball.
I mean, Rock the Country.
Rock the Country. There's so many of them. It's the same.
It's Rock the South too. I love that one too.
Yeah,
I need to
Coleman. Shout out Alabama.
Coleman, Alabama. Hell yeah, I love that place. My last appearance at Rock the South. How about this lineup? Me, Hardy, Wetzel, Morgan. Back.
That was Rock.
Somebody would have died.
Yeah.
Back to back to back to back. We get stuck in Denver, Colorado. Cannot get a flight. Cannot get flight. Everything canceled. Can't get a private jet. I have to miss the show.
Damn.
That was when I was supposed to. And then last year I died. So or whatever. So I mean like So I screwed that all up. Freaking death. But so. With the thing that Jason and Bob had put together with Rock the Country, I was on those. I was on all the shows, and it was like, not now, obviously, and Bob Kid Rock, people like to give a lot of people give Bob a hard time and give him a lot of shit, and a lot of it self-inflicted, and he don't give a shit, which I like that even more. But he reached out, man. He FaceTimed me. He's like, man, it's pulling for you, praying for you. He goes, they called me and asked me, we had a little meeting. They said, well, okay, who we going to get to replace Colt Ford? And he said, I looked at him and said, well, y'all give me your options. And he said, they ran him down. He goes, I don't know what you're going to do. You don't have anybody that can replace Colt Ford on that list. He said, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. He said, I'll tell you what we're going to do. He said, I told him I'm going to come out and DJ during when Colt's supposed to be playing, and I'll come out and DJ and play Colt Ford songs. And that's what he did. And he had me, I made a video from the friggin' ICU bed saying, I'll come back, thank y'all. And he played it. And people don't hear the cool stories like that. And the other cool thing they don't hear of, and especially in this industry, is I'm not on Kid Rock's level. I'm not on some of these guys' level, what kind of money we make every night. So I don't need to miss no show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't need to miss no shows. And here I am. I can't play these 8 shows. Bob paid me anyway.
Wow.
So that's the kind of stuff that sometimes needs to get out there. He was like, I got you.
Yeah.
Because he knew that was important. That was a big deal for me, and it was. So, to hear stuff like that, and then again, Brantley. You've seen my mic stand, the shotgun, the American flag.
Yeah,
I started all that shit.
Iconic, man.
When they left the hospital that night, this is how much of a brother this dude is. Besides the fact that he's prepared to go to jail or kill somebody for me. I mean, when my band and crew got over there to the hospital, Brantley was already at the hospital at Mayo Clinic. My band and crew, that meant they were all shook, but they had to get them to the hotel, get them cleaned up, because now everything's changed. They got to go back to Nashville. Clearly, I ain't going back to Nashville with them. We don't know how I'm going back at the time. But when my band and crew gets over there, Brantley's already had Corey, his TM, and his security Jack have got them a full breakfast, biscuits and stuff already ordered in there for them when they got there to be with me. He's already brought them breakfast and everything. Like, he got my mic stand and took it with him. And every show he played till I got back on the stage, he brought my mic stand on stage and put it out there.
Wow.
Every show. And said something about me, and said every night till he comes back. That kind of shit means something. Yeah.
It's family, brother.
Yeah, man.
That's family. They don't make them like that, man.
And they would send me, man, Corey, and he'd FaceTime me during the show. I mean, I'm laying in the ICU, and he's FaceTime. I'm watching FaceTime. I got shit get stuck all in me, and I'm watching Brantley up there with that flag saying stuff about me in the crowd. Just awesome, man. Friggin' awesome.
Yeah, man.
And so I the first time I got back on stage was at Brantley's album release party in last September for Tattoos.
Here at Tootsie's.
Downtown, yeah.
Yeah.
And
how ironic that it's a Tootsie, like it's a downtown
Yeah,
Nashville
absolutely.
with
Where else?
Steve.
If it ain't Tootsie's, what else is it? I mean, yeah, so that was my first. I surprised him at his album.
So he didn't even know you
were. When he's up there telling his story, there was like 50, 60,000 people.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah. Maybe 80,000. I don't know. They were like, they said, he's like, this guy's my brother. When I left him, I'm not taking this mic off, this stand off stage. And they do Dirt Road Anthem, obviously. And then I walked out. It was pretty cool.
Oh, he must have been.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
He must have been shook up. Like, what the hell?
It's pretty cool. And I was. It was a lot, and it took a lot to stand up on that stage. And I was so tickled. My wife was there with me. My son and his pregnant wife were with us at the time, and they were able to bring my little girl, my youngest daughter, Skylar Ann, was there. So it was a pretty special time. And I did one song, and I was exhausted.
Gassed, yeah.
One song, completely gassed. Like, went home, went back to Airbnb and sleep till like 3 the next day. Like, completely gassed. Can't do anything. So then that was the first minute I went, oh, shit, this might be... I don't know if... You start questioning yourself. I don't know if I got it in me to put in the work that it's going to require to get back to where you want to be.
Yeah.
That's the question. Because it's like, oh, well, you can sit down and play. No, I cannot sit down and play.
Oh, your show involves...
I could sit down with a broke ankle till I could put a boot on and move around. But if you think I'm going to sit down and play a whole full Colt Ford show on a stool...
Colt Ford show requires a lot of movement.
I just can't
it's
do
a vibe.
it. I can't physically do that.
Yeah.
So then I start going, oh, well, I don't know. If I want to put that kind of work in? But then you're going, I don't know if I got enough, ain't enough in reserves when you start looking, again, like the bills and everything. I mean, shout out to anybody buying merch out there. I love y'all. Please buy it. I need some merch sales. Them hospital bills ain't no joke. But yeah, man, just to be up there with him, I was like, okay, but that was cool. So April rolls around. And the problem is, Brantley I was supposed to be on the entire Tattoos tour.
Yeah.
But as we're getting closer to Christmas, I'm saying I can, but nobody knows.
Yeah.
I truly don't know. I know Cardiac Rehab says my heart is good. I'm excused from that, but I don't know. I mean, like it's not like you can go, okay, I'm good, I go in. Music has got to be planned out. That's got to be planned out.
Yeah.
So then B had to, I mean, he probably would have still rolled the dice, and I probably could have done it, but the way we did it was better because he had to drop back and punt and put some different pieces of the puzzle into place, and it's great. I mean, he had Austin Snell out there. He's had some. I mean,
love Austin, man. That kid's like a brother to me.
Yeah,
that
kid's dope. I like him. So it was just, we couldn't guarantee me because I couldn't guarantee anybody. I couldn't guarantee them. And so B made us, again, when you got friends like that, I mean, like I don't need many. You don't need many. You get 1 or 2, you can do a lot of things with 1 or 2 really committed dudes. And, He took me out on the road with him for 2 weeks, 3 shows each. Put me out in the middle of his show with his band, playing my songs for 15 minutes, and he stepped back and let me be the star.
Wow.
I wouldn't be back playing music if he wouldn't have let me done that, because I was still really nervous.
Yeah, and those 15
and I was nervous, really nervous, and I was like, I don't know if I want to do this. When I was trying to talk myself out of going, to do this with him, because I just was scared. I was terrified, and I didn't, and I didn't. I just went out with just me, no band, so no band, nothing. I mean, like none of my people, and not in my bus. I rode on. So it didn't cost me anything. He knows I'm in a position where I ain't got a lot of extra resources to be throwing around when you ain't working. So I ride on his bus. His TM Corey, super close with me. His security Jack. I meant, like, it's one of the best band and crew camps that you'll ever come across.
What I loved was at the end of his. I've seen BG probably 2-3 dozen times. I was a paid member of the BG Nation going back 2013, 2012. Yeah. But at Country Concert, what I noticed at the end of the set, the movie credits thanking every member of that crew.
Absolutely.
I'm like, that is class. I texted Aaron about that. I was like, that is class.
If you watch before, if you're backstage before every day, I meant the entire crew, everybody, Rick Lights, text, everybody's there. It's prayer and a couple little chants and Ric Flair and the Macho Man. There's a few things, and it is and that's how they roll. And man, they took me in there and just they made me feel so safe, because I was freaking nervous, man. I was scared. I don't even know how to explain it, because I ain't never felt that before. I was scared, and man, they treated me. They made it like that. Like, they made me feel like they was riding on my bus, and they just took care of me, man. It was, and so after the first night we did it, I was visibly shaking before. Brantley was like, "Are you okay?" And they're like, and then they're trying to be proactive. Of course, like, I got EMTs. I'm like, holy shit! Don't say that. I wasn't even thinking about no damn EMTs till you said that. I meant, but then I started noticing Jack. His security, Jack, like everywhere I moved on stage, Jack's moving around in front of the catwalk. I'm like, oh, you worried I'm going to fall off of here? And I'm like, we got done with the first night. It got done. I was like, okay, I didn't die. That's good. And then every night it got easier. And every night the crowd got bigger. And, Brantley and I had what we were going to do. And then I would start to walk off stage, and then it turned into him calling me back, and then it was unbelievable. And luckily, we did Athens at the new arena in Athens, Georgia, which is where I'm from.
Yeah, that had
basically
to be so cool.
Basically where he's from, and my mom and dad got to be there. They got to see me play Athens one more time, side stage, and I buried my dad about a month after that. So that was his last show was me playing Athens in front of them. So it's pretty special. Yeah.
Man. So, hey, I want to ask you about this new music that's coming out.
Yeah.
Real quick. Hey, thank you for being this is incredible, by the way,
it's good to talk about it sometimes. I haven't talked this much about it with anybody since this happened.
Well, I'm honored that it's here on this podcast, brother. But tell me about what we got now in this next chapter. You tell me this music is exciting, and it's something you've been working hard on. And
it is.
I speak for everybody. We're ready for some more Colt Ford music, baby.
It's fun, man. It's got a lot more me singing, a lot. It's still. I've never. When I first started working here in Nashville, Noah Gordon, who produced a lot of my records, great hit songwriter, and Noah and TW, who is Jamie Johnson's front of house guy, they had a studio together, and that's where I met Noah. And Noah ended up working for us and producing records and doing. And TW is who mixed my first record, because that's what I wrote with Jamie, and that's where I recorded first when I first came to town. But Oh, see, this is one of those moments. What the hell were we talking about?
We're talking about the new record with TW.
New record.
I can edit that. Hey, ready? 1, 2, 3, 5. So yeah, you've known TW and the studio.
So we worked at his big studio. Clearly, he's big. I'm at 6'8", which is people don't know that old TW's wife done knocked him off the stool. I mean, in Honky Tonk with Donka Donk. That's who they're talking about.
Oh no, shit.
That's who Jamie and Dallas were talking about. Just a fun fact for trivia if you need to know that. But anyway. It was just working with these guys and songwriting and here we go again, man. I'm sorry, I lost my
new music. You were talking about songwriting.
Sorry. So this new music, man, is crazy. This will be the most songs that I've ever not been a writer on.
Wow, what is it about the outside cuts?
I don't know. I was just in a different place. And I wanted to do, and there's so many great songs. I mean, I'm a really good songwriter. I don't know if I'm a great songwriter. Yeah. There's some people that might say, that ain't for me to say. But there's some I know there's some great ones in here because I've written with a bunch of them. A lot of them are my friends. So I just wanted to hear some different songs. And then I realized what I could do with my voice too after the time off and doing a little work. And it's like, oh, I can cut some things that I maybe would have been scared to or wouldn't have cut before. And I think people are going to be surprised. But there's a whole bunch of – there's some cool collabs. There's going to be some cool collabs.
There's always cool collabs. That is what Colt Ford's always got the collabs.
You know what's amazing? I've only been nominated once for collab at any award show.
But you've been doing –
Who's done more than me in the last 20 years?
Nobody.
Who's done more than me? And then they nominated for Cold Beer with Jamie like 3 years after that album was. I was on my third album. I'm like, how have I never won a collab thing? Not ever. That's bullshit to every one of y'all, whoever's listening.
Yeah, man, you were the collabs.
I say that with full disrespect. That's bullshit.
Yeah, man, because it's like, and it's funny, they talk about like how there's like collab albums that are out now, like you look at like the Hicks tapes of the world and that. But
where do you think Michael got that from?
Mud Digger came first. I was jamming Mud Digger 1, Mud Digger 2, Mud Digger 3. I had the damn Average Joe's comic book back in the day, bro. Man. Yeah.
And that's the part sometimes where you get a little frustrated with it. You know, it's like, dang, man, but this new record I just wanted to do some different songs. I got like 5 or 6 songs that Hardy wrote on, Cole Taylor on some cool stuff. Got a couple of.
You got any of my boy Taylor Phillips? I know he's a good friend of yours.
Honestly, this might be the first record I've cut in the last 3 or 4 that don't have a Taylor Phillips song on it.
Taylor was one of the first guys I met in this town.
Oh, I love Taylor
2018.
Phillips. One of the most talented guys you'll ever see.
Hurricane just went to radio. That was when I first met him when I was working on Broadway, and he was frequenting Broadway. If
he was still here, he'd still be frequenting Broadway. I'm glad he moved to North Carolina. It's the greatest thing he ever did.
Yeah, man. And
brilliant guy.
That's something too that I wanted to touch on. You're somebody like I feel like your class of guys. You guys come up here when you need to, but being not far down the road, you go down I-24 and you get on 75 and you go down to Georgia. A lot of your guys, you're like, I can come up to Nashville and work when I'm here, but I can still live and raise my kids and be a Georgia boy through and through. And I
did that forever.
You guys were like the pioneers of that. I
did that forever. But I get, needing to be here. Sometimes I really want to be here a lot, and sometimes I don't want to be here at all. And everybody probably feels that way. But Nashville as a whole has been. I was just probably 10 years too far ahead, I think, probably. I meant, based on if you look at the landscape now, I meant, I sound like Merle Haggard compared to some of them that's out now. When you think about it, I meant like, so I don't know. I just, I've always considered myself just a country artist. And so this album, more than anything, is going to be, like there's some really country stuff on here. I meant country. I did a song about my buddy Jay Webb, who's kind of blowing up on it.
Yeah, I know Jay. Yeah, I know Jay.
We did a song called Country AF that sounds like friggin' Jerry Reed song. I mean, it's like Jerry Reed.
On a Jerry Reed sounding song. That excites me.
It sounds like a
he's
Jerry.
more in that rock lane, so
yeah,
that's cool.
It sounds like a Jerry Reed kind of song. So, I mean, we got some fun stuff. I did a song with Frank Ray.
Oh, love Frankie.
That's one of the best singers in this town. Yeah. Don't kid yourself.
He's at a festival I'm going to in a few weeks.
He is so good. We did a fun like drinking song. It's kind of goofy, but it may be one of those ones that you're like, oh, this could go viral as shit. Yeah. I mean, it's fun, but it's so fun though. Yeah. It's just I'm making a lot of fun stuff again, but I mean, I got some heavier stuff on here too. I got a song called "Country Boy Thinks" that's pretty badass. That's singing wise. I'll play some of it for you off the air, and then you can tell them about it. I just talked to Paisley the other day at the country concert. I think he's going to put a guitar solo on this song. So yeah, there's some fun stuff. There's some fun stuff coming.
That's exciting, man. You talk about being 10 years late. You feel like sometimes. I feel like all those, like, could you imagine how viral like Trash in My Trailer would have been, or like those old, like, because you had so many like bits with like your Average Joe's crew back in the day. Like all your guys were like, you guys were like a crew.
There's not a better country music video ever made than Chicken and Biscuits.
Yes. Yeah.
With the Twilight theme? Are you shitting me? Oh, yeah. You had me in full makeup, running full. That was video.
I remember that video.
Unbelievable, the casting in that video.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, no Trash My Trailer. What's funny about that video is everything on that video set was there when we got to those people's place.
Where in Georgia was it? Or was
that was here.
Oh, it was up here.
We did not bring one single thing to that video shoot except our cameras and ourselves. Everything else was there.
Because you had Uncle Mike on there. You had Brantley on there.
Brantley's on there. Yeah. Big Vinny's on there.
Yeah, oh yeah, the Chill
Oh my God, there's so many people. And Rhett Akins is in there. Yep. Steve Azar's in there. John Michael Montgomery's in there. I mean, it's crazy the people that pulled up for that video.
To a trailer park.
Not a trailer, but it was just a piece of property. It was
just a trailer.
Oh, it was down in a holler. Yeah, there was just there was 2 or 3 trailers around there. It was all kin, and it was fine. But it was, man. I mean, you had 2 famous bull riders in there riding the sliding boards down there. I mean, that was fun. And I get done with that video, and damn if I don't take the CMT, and they tell me that, well, this is too country. I said, I know I'm new here, but I swear to God, I did. What'd you say now?
This is the country music television.
Yeah, no, this too country. I was like, you got to be shitting me.
That could have won video of the year.
I swear to God, that's what they told me. Too country. I was like, all right then. But, here's the thing now. I think a lot of time, for a lot of radio and everything now, people are like, but this stuff should be on the radio now. And I'm like, I think they'd be a little afraid. They're afraid to play me now because then they got to admit they was wrong because they said I wouldn't last.
Takes a lot.
I wouldn't last 2 years, and that was about 20 ago for those people that said that. So so I don't know what to tell you, but I don't know. I'm just still trying to make the best music that I can make that I love. And I know there's people that like what I like, and I try to do that. And I'm gonna be God, family, friends, America till the day I'm done.
Amen, brother. Amen, dude. And as one of those people that's been jamming you since my senior year of high school, brother.
I appreciate it.
I've been like, you were the soundtrack to the tailgates. Listening to "Answer to No One" when you put that out years ago.
I get you. If that don't light your fire, your wood's wet.
And then you're partying in the pit, and you're dancing around playing "Crank It Up." Like, dude, I can name the whole damn discography. Man.
I appreciate it.
Like it's so, I'm so excited for this new record, and I'm so excited for a new because country's bigger than it's ever been as far as the eyes and ears on it. And now people are going to be getting a whole introduction, and they're going to click on that Spotify.
I'm hoping they go back and go back in history and go like, there's a lot here. Yeah,
there's so much there. Being like, we could listen to this party song, or there's kids out in the field right now still partying the 2014 Colt Ford.
Yeah,
like it's a Mudbog staple, bro.
That's so cool to me too to see. I love seeing. I've been early on. I mean, Luke Bryant. I think Luke said this. He goes, the interesting thing about Colt, he said, I've been to his show and seen 80-year-old singing every word, an 8-year-old singing every word,
Yeah.
and then their parents are in the middle. He's like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And so that's been cool to me to see the generational thing, or people they're coming now going, man, my dad turned me on to you, and I was 12 years old. And I'm like, God bless him. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man.
It's cool. It's cool to be back out there and feel the love again, and get this new music coming. Wherever it takes me is where it takes me. But I mean, I'll just keep rocking as long as I can.
Amen, brother. Well, I think you got a lot in the tank. I'm very excited for what's to come, and thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, man, it's my pleasure.
As soon as I got the message, by the way, shout out Cam, one of the absolute best in the game.
Yes.
You got a great
I'm excited. I hadn't had a
crew.
publicist in a while.
She's fantastic. When she texted me about this, I was like, are you serious? Like, I could have Colt on my show? Like, you have no idea how full circle this
It ain't that big a
me.
deal.
Oh, dude, it is for me. And
I appreciate you saying that.
And I got to tell you, everybody in the community, we're so thankful that you're here with us. We're so thankful that we get to hear new music. And
I appreciate it.
I speak for the thousands of people that watch that country concert. Thank you for doing what you do and playing that show. And can't wait to get out and see you rocking on stage with the boys again soon.
Come on, man, anytime. Send your listeners and the podcast, your viewers. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And I'm glad to still be here. I'm going to stick around a little bit longer. I'm proud to watch what you got going on.
Thank you, dude.
I follow. I couldn't do nothing for a year, so I'm watching everything online.
Yeah, dude. I've still got the old videos on my phone of interviewing you in where the fuck was it? It was somewhere in Connecticut. It was at one of those arenas in Connecticut. It was it was when you were on tour with BG and Justin Moore.
Yeah.
And we came on your bus and hung out. It was me and a couple of my buddies I was doing my college radio show with. So it's awesome to have you
There's
here.
one that might be on the. He might sneak an appearance on this new record. Justin Moore.
Okay.
There's a new artist I discovered online, Don Oliver.
Oh yeah,
Don Lewis. Sorry,
bro.
Don Lewis is so
Real
dope.
quick, let's talk about Don Lewis. So Don Lewis played at Country Concert on Saturday.
Oh, did he?
Bro, we joke around. Me and Nikki T, my business partner, Ray's Rowdy. We call him LL Cool DL. The ladies love Don Lewis.
He's so good. I discovered him online. I hit him up online. Said, "Hey, bro, we should do a song."
I've had him on this podcast, and he did. He played his set, the longest fan meet and greet, and it was all women, and they were there with their husband, everything. They were like, "Hey, man," they were telling him, "Hey, our camper is here." He was getting precise locations with their boyfriends and husbands, bro.
Don, we need to hang out. Don, we gotta hang out.
Bro, the ladies love Don Lewis, and same thing.
Well, they are gonna love this song because we did. It is the coolest mix. It's called A Little Out There, and it's like best of Colt Ford with his voice sound, a little rappy, a little singy, and a very sexy song.
Yes,
it's a Tyler Hubbard song.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it's badass.
Awesome,
I'll play it for you in a minute.
Please, yeah, man. But yeah, his
shout out to Don.
Oh, we love Don
Craig
Lewis.
Campbell's gonna be on the record.
Oh, love Craig, man. He's another good friend of the family.
Yeah, Craig's on the record.
Exciting.
It's excited. I'm excited about this new record. Josh Kelly's on the record.
Oh, hell yeah.
He's such a phenomenal, what an incredibly talented guy that is.
Yeah, dude.
And there's a couple things that are kind of lurking out there that may or may not happen. We'll see.
Okay, we can talk about it off these microphones.
We'll see.
But thank you so much for being on here. Thank you for being such an inspiration for me. So many guys, so many guys and girls that love country music and paving a lane for a whole genre. And there's classes of kids now that have come up listening to your stuff and being able to send the message. You can do music however the hell you want to do it and have a good time. And it wouldn't be here without guys like you and your class that came into Nashville 15, 20 years ago. Seriously,
I appreciate
that. You're one of the forefathers, one of the greats, and we wouldn't be Raised Rowdy without you, brother. So
I appreciate it. I'm still raised a little rowdy too.
Amen, brother. Well, y'all be sure to be on the lookout for our man Colt Ford. New music coming. Do we know before the end of the year?
Before the end of the year.
Before the end of the year. Be on the lookout. If you're not following him on Instagram, TikTok, all that shit, you're missing out. And then as soon as it's announced, hit that damn pre-save link and get out there and stream it.
Please.
And go to it. Get out to a show. Online merch store is open. Get out there. Get you. I still have my Colt Ford Answer to No One cutoff t-shirt.
Boot Barn, Cavender's, a lot of your local stores. I got my Colt Ford cologne. And this year, we just came out, my wife, we designed her. So we have her perfume is called Amelia Rose.
Oh.
So that's out there, and it is good. I ain't gonna lie. It don't smell like Waffle House or nothing.
That's awesome. Hell yeah. Well, thank you so much, Colt Ford, for joining us. Shout out to our friends from Surfside, Vodka Lemonade, Vodka Iced Tea. Cam was over there enjoying one of the peach teas. We're going to send you guys home.
Hey, she's got to drive me. Be careful.
Oh, they're fine. She'll be okay.
It'll be fine.
When we had Don Lewis on it, Don Lewis had a ball on those damn Surfsides. You know he likes time on. But y'all be sure to look up RageRag.com for more on us. For my man Colt Ford, I'm Matt Burrill. This has been Outside the Round.